Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Group Chat. Happy Mother's Day.
Wow. Big day.
We have a very, very special guest today.
Very.
Our friend Michael Mente is in the building.
Woo!
Nice. All-time high Michael is what we call him.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about, the Revolve stock prices at an all-time high. We're going to celebrate that.
Yes.
We're also going to talk about, a year ago, things didn't look, the outlook looked a little grim.
Cloudy,
let's say, right? And in a year's time, that's all been turned around to an all-time high stock price.
Yes, unbelievable.
So we're going to talk about that. And you guys have a special announcement?
Big announcement, exciting to launch something special on Revolve.com.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we got that and many more things to talk about today.
Yes.
You guys ready?
Woo!
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right. And here we are.
We are here.
Here we are with Mr. Vibe Catcher, Anand, and Mr. All-Time High, Michael Mente. Michael, welcome to the pod.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Welcome back, man.
Excited to see you guys, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I think when was the last time you were on? Was it the Coachella?
Tell people who he is.
It'll be
if you don't know by now, you are not a real Group Chat fan.
Yeah,
We've
they know
done
who he
7
is.
episodes with Michael.
If you don't know, pause right now. Go Google.
So Michael Mente is the CEO of Revolve, who just hit an all-time high, right?
I think so, yeah.
On the stock price. As you can see, he's a very humble guy.
Super humble.
Yeah, because if that was me, I'd have like an all-time high shirt. I'd be walking around.
A chain.
Yeah. And he's a regular guest. You might have been on this show more than any other single guest. There's a chance.
Yeah.
Maybe other than like Brian Toll or something.
Yeah.
We've done Group Chat live from Revolve Hotel in Coachella.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've done the whole thing.
Yeah.
So welcome back. I think we have a few things to talk about. I think the first thing that's most exciting is here you are at all-time high stock price, right? Huge news, congratulations, huge accomplishment, right? But I think we all talked to you a year ago, little over a year ago, and it was like the world was falling apart.
It's pretty wild. Yeah.
You guys had just went public. Like, when did you guys go public?
Like June 19. So it was a couple quarters in.
There you go. So
Trying
you're
to get our
fresh
stride.
on, all of a sudden, COVID. You guys sell clothes, and a lot of your stuff is travel based around events, all that stuff. And it's like, okay, now all of a sudden, what the hell's going on? The whole world's going to lock down. So can you talk to us about what it looked like then? We haven't really spoke at least on the pod since then. So like what it looked like then and then the journey to now, like things opening back up. And the reason why I called Anand Mr. Vibe Catcher is because, Anand was back out on the scene a little bit this weekend. A lot of new outfits.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing business is good. But what did that sort of look like?
Dude, I remember just sitting with you guys. I remember we haven't kicked it for a while. So I remember we're going to hang one weekend on a Friday and we're like, I don't know if we should do this. And then like a week later, we were chatting, Dee, and we're like, are we allowed to open our warehouses? Can we operate? Is this how's this going to work? It was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember all of us, there's a group of, the community of, entrepreneurs, in the fashion industry around here, and we all try to stay close.
Yeah.
And I remember, we were all concerned just trying to keep our doors open because if we couldn't ship anything, we're pretty much done. So that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
But it was probably within a period of a week, I think sales were down about 50%, just like overnight, just out of nowhere.
Wow.
And this was right before, like a month before Revolve Festival. So we were like ramping up all of our activities, ramping up inventory, really getting ready to go, for our summer.
Yeah.
And then everyone's staying at home. So it was pretty wild. So the team did a crazy job of like having to redo the whole buying season, readjust orders, and basically make Revolve, instead of the going out, fucking around the world parties, whatnot, is relax at home and, take care of yourself, but feel good about yourself still. So that was pretty wild. So things came back, kind of very steadily. For a little bit, the stimulus, of course, I'm sure we all saw that a little bit, but then there was also a period of 6 months where it was just kind of like, who knows when this is going to end? Things are pretty flat. We've kind of done all the adjustments we can make. But we just got to sit tight.
Yeah.
And then this March, we started to see, of course, with the vaccines coming out, like things really starting to pick up. And yeah, there was a big difference between, February and March. And, things are flowing nice now.
Yeah. Did you see, like, you guys did a really, really good job at the, like, Revolve at home stuff and doing, like, Zoom things and delivery to some of your influencers and all this different stuff. Like, did you see that translate really well, or was that period tough? Or, like, how did that look internally with you guys when you made that quick pivot?
It was probably both, where, the marketing team then had to adjust, where they had all these crazy events, coming up, had to redo all of that and come up with new stuff. So, workouts and IG lives and in-person things distant type of digital things like that, digital video and live streaming and all that. And it worked out pretty damn well, but it wasn't the same as the playbook that we've refined for 4, 5, 6 years, where we're like really strong.
Yeah.
And it was really kind of in the early, innovate and try to figure things out. So it definitely worked, but it also wasn't as powerful as some of the stuff that we really knew how to get behind in real powerful ways.
You guys mastered that. You mastered, like, the events and you know what I mean?
I think they invented it.
You invented it. Like, literally, you invented the, like, aspirational event lifestyle.
And I would say they invented influencers being able to create like an economy around their brand.
Yeah. And it was all like travel and like all the things you couldn't do. Like, that's so crazy, But you guys did also do a really good job at pivoting. Like, the moment, you had constant workout classes, you had panels, you had all sorts of stuff.
And how did the influencers kind of react to it? Because you guys are so like lock and step together on every move, right? Like, you need them, they need you. I'm assuming a lot of them early on were also kind of trying to adjust and pivot. Did you guys like, who handles that? What are those conversations like? Just be like, we're not traveling anymore, but we'd love for you to promote the brand. Like, how did they take it?
I think it was really hard for a lot of people, but I guess it depends on who you are too. So, some of the influencers are really rooted on like traveling constantly with that perfect photo. It looks like a luxury magazine ad. That really, of course, that was hard. And then we started to, we have a broad community, so we started to work with other people, a little bit more because it was just a little bit more relevant to all of our lives. So, the fitness influencers, it was a huge, awesome surprise. I think we had something like 10 million views on our workouts. And we're not like a workout, like, we're not like a workout brand, but people came to us and they're like, what sort of things are we doing? What are we all doing?
Yeah.
And right now we're not traveling. We're not, going to where Anand's going. We're working.
I go out 1 week.
Just for the record, Anand saw COVID come in he was at a club and they had COVID-19 signs that night. And then now he also welcomed everything back with a big night.
I'm the COVID police officer.
Yeah. That's
getting ahead. You got that foresight and all of this. But so it was kind of working with different people and stuff in different ways. And I think now it's an awesome position where we'll be doing all of that. And I think, we'll do the trips. We're back next week, Turks and Caicos. Feeling
wow.
I saw the video.
Dude,
I saw the like, we're back. Like, don't forget what we do.
Yeah.
How happy is Gilly?
Gilly is like,
he's already there.
He definitely
Gilly went a month early.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a personally harder time. So he's he's like the stock price all-time high again.
What did you, like, that's a good point. Like, did you guys learn stuff through the last year? I mean, obviously, but like on the content side, did you learn stuff that you'll apply moving forward? Like, will you continue to do more workout stuff or continue to do more?
For sure. Now it's just multi-layered. Like, we always, wanted to, envision like the customer that we have, connecting with her on all levels. But the most powerful thing, kind of where we started was travel, social occasions, going out with your friends, dinner, hanging out with Anand, whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like, we had to shift it a little bit.
Yeah.
And now I think I think our customers really gave us permission. Like, we want to come to you guys for workout stuff too. We want to come up for you for, beauty, so that I think layered a lot of things that we thought were further out on the horizon and just brought it a lot closer. So that's, really awesome. So now we're coming back, our going out clothes is, stronger.
Yeah.
We're feeling that. And then the newer categories are developing. So through, a crazy cycle, I think we're really coming out of this in like a really stronger, better way. I think in ways that we haven't quite shown just yet. So it's been a crazy year behind the scenes, but feeling awesome now.
Yeah, what's the vibe at the office? Everyone has to be more pumped than ever, right? I mean,
that's a crazy thing. We're all still work from home.
Oh, really?
Wow.
because we're so spread out. So I think
Got it.
that's a big mix there. So we're just inching it back. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting challenge. And like, I don't know, how you guys are? You guys all back?
We don't require anyone to be back. If they so happen to show up, that's on them.
Yeah, you start to see it though. You start to see like the staff even being like itching to get out of the house.
Totally.
You know, I think there's just something to like showering in the morning and putting on actual clothes and leaving your house. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nice for a little bit, but I think you even noticed like the team being like eager to get back around people and like work, you know?
No, for sure. I think definitely our group misses each other, wants to hang. And I think there's a lot of like, you know, hanging out together outside of work now. I think everyone's open up there and before we get into like a real work structure again.
Yeah.
What were like the surprise categories to you last year that you were like, oh my God, I can't believe we're selling this now?
Because you guys launched what? Beauty?
Beauty was a little while ago and it was there, but we didn't get behind it in a big way. And then that kind of blew up overnight. That was kind of April when like, you know, all the stores, of course, were closed. Amazon's only shipping like essentials and things like that. So that kind of exploded there and that's really held strong. Yeah. But, you know, unanticipated, active, you know, made sense. We had that and it wasn't as strong, but it was, you know, we knew people were, you know, getting that from us, but we were able to build it, I think, because we were able to connect in like that content level. You know, we had it and built that bridge there. But the one business that didn't slow down for us and kind of exploded, but always was important, was swim. So I think our customers were always, you know, backyard swimming or like, you know, local and whatnot. But that didn't miss a beat. I thought we would miss that with that summer,
That's
crazy. Gone. But that business stayed super, super solid. So that was probably the surprise for me.
Probably big Florida business.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder if I feel like a lot of people were like out on their front lawn, like still trying to get a tan on or something.
So.
You know what I mean?
I definitely had friends like that, you know, backyard, front lawn, kicking it.
A lot of like kiddie pools being sold.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I doubt the raw woman's doing that.
You'd be surprised. You got to create a little Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
Here's Turks and there's Caicos.
Well, like you know, the sheet blow up, like the rainbow, or you know, like the big ones.
Yeah,
that was totally. Actually, that was true. We totally sold a lot of pool toys.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't quite realize we even sold pool toys. I knew we had them at events and stuff, and that sold.
Wow. Yeah. So do you? So all these learnings are obviously going to apply to the future. So this summer we'll be back to events in whatever capacity you can do them. Is that
Definitely.
the game plan?
Probably, honestly, bigger and better than ever. We have, you know, been pretty, you know, defensive. You know, last year was our most profitable year ever. But a lot of that also was because the customer stuck with us and we weren't spending on marketing.
Yeah.
So now that marketing dollars are just sitting there. So, you know, cash is at all-time high. But now it's like, you know, I learned from you guys that, you know, if you're profitable, you're not trying hard enough. So like shit, I'm gonna try harder.
I'm glad you're still listening to the details.
Hey, I like your book recommendations too, bro.
Finally, someone respects.
We got
one listener.
No, for real.
Gosh, man, I feel like I'm excited at what you guys are gonna like the next, you know, even just couple years of like I think we're all feeling the excitement of like COVID sort of feeling like it's coming to an end and the vaccination and all that stuff. But I just feel like you guys are going to reflect that as a brand better than anyone.
That's what we're trying to do. That's the mission right now. I think that it's just a unique moment in time for us right now. We've been locked up and, you know, excited to live like we used to. You know, we've all grown, all gotten leaner and stronger in different ways, and it's time to get back to it. So that's the mission. I think that it's the right decision for us to be super aggressive right now.
Yeah, that's fun. I can't wait to watch it, at least on social media.
Maybe I'll be at the event.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm the vibe catcher.
I'm gonna be the official Revolve vibe curator. Him and Gilly.
Anand's our Gilly.
Anand will manage Gilly's budget. And then so you guys are teaming up.
Yeah.
What I saw you post that. What do we got?
We got something exciting. We're launching all of our men's brands on Revolve today.
Super excited, man.
Yeah. So we're launching 5-4, New Republic, Grand Running Club, and Melrose Place. We kind of did an edit of like our best sellers. We were calling it 365, and we launched this beautiful catalog that'll go in every purchase. And Michael was gracious enough to let us kind of put this together with his team. And, it's really to complement what they're already doing on the men's side. They have such a wide range of designers. They have the luxury folks, and then they have, streetwear. And then, where we come in is like, we talked about this a lot. Like Revolve's woman is very event driven, right? So they're dressing up for their date, they're dressing up for, a party or a wedding or whatever it may be. Whereas our customer, it's if you have something special, you wear your favorite t-shirt, your favorite pant, your favorite hoodie, your favorite sneaker. And so our collection is really your favorites of stuff. In fact, Michael's wearing
a new favorite for real.
Yeah,
Really,
the Grand Running GRC pants, the asphalt pant, which is now also on Revolve, man. And that's what it's about. It's like, I think men, when it comes to fashion, it's about comfort. It's being comfortable in your own skin. And, there are guys that go and reach, out and try to be kind of unique and special. But I think most guys kind of play in the lane of comfort. And then Revolve has such a nice, and Forward has such a nice ability to kind of accent your wardrobe with like those special pieces, which we don't carry or we don't sell. So it's just like, we're merchandising our product with some of their best designers, like whether it be an Off-White or a Rude or any of those brands. So I think like we're excited at just one, at getting exposed to your customer, two, just, seeing what this world looks like.
No, definitely. It's pretty crazy because we've been friends for a while now, and our businesses have been like, side by side. But, we've been so focused on the women's business, and as entrepreneurs, like learned the lesson of like prioritizing after like that big, main crazy thing and just taking it to the end zone, but then also time to expand. And I think that, post-challenging period, we're beginning of an exciting economic cycle. And the men's businesses, we've been waiting for that moment to go after it. And I think time is now. And of course, you guys I think this is a perfect fit for us to begin that journey in a very serious way. I think our customer hangs out with your customer. It makes perfect sense. So
we love hanging out with you guys.
I'm just trying to be Gilly.
Anand's actually going to host the launch of it.
And in Revolve Fashion, we're actually over the next couple of weeks trying to put together some small little activations. Obviously, it's different with dudes.
Revolve Man is
but we're gonna invite. It's
the running club, isn't it?
we're gonna have we're gonna integrate women because like one of the interesting things that I've learned in just in fashion, it's like there are a tremendous amount of purchases for men done by women.
Totally.
So like there was a stat that I was reading about Lululemon that 40% of Lululemon's men's business is actually purchased by women.
Wow.
So whether
that makes sense.
Boyfriends, husbands, fathers, sons, whatever it may be. And so I think, Revolve has such a stronghold over this demographic of women that have some sort of male in their life, I assume. And so I think it's an opportunity for us to even speak to women and really get them attracted to what we're doing. But it's exciting. Like we're super excited about it. We're going to have the catalog we put together is amazing. And I asked for a code because I know they're not big on discounting.
Yeah.
So,
they don't have all that profit.
So we did gift with purchase. We did a gift with purchase.
Okay. See, the good thinking on it. Too liberal with these codes. No marketing budget.
We want to go on the events, or do you want a discount?
Come on.
Yeah, I know. So we need you guys to pay full price. Head over to revolve.com.
You think we're going to get that content if you don't pay full price?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you want to be invited to an event, you better pay full price.
That's true D nature. He makes everyone else give a code, but when it's his. I love it.
So the code will be group chat. There's a gift with purchase.
One word or space?
Pardon?
One word or space group chat?
All together, group chat. And we'll share all the details on social media of all the cool stuff you can get. But yeah, I'm excited. And I think there's a lot to learn from what you guys have done in the women's space. Because, we've learned, the men's men's fashion is growing really quickly, but it's still like the male consumer isn't as progressive as the female consumer has become in the last couple of years. So I'm excited just to see like how big can this get? What are the possibilities? Because we know, and I assume this for you guys, you probably took like a big lead over your heritage kind of retailers you guys were competing with because they're not digitally savvy. And I think in the men's space, it's very similar. Like all of these retailers, like, you know, the J. Crews, the Gaps, the Bananas, you know, so on and so forth. Like, what did they do the last year?
Yeah, sat.
Stay home.
Like they
Go
didn't
bankrupt?
Yeah,
I mean,
look
the
at their
only
leasing.
thing the Gap did, they got Kanye, but they haven't released any product yet. But
Yeah.
like that was at least a move
Yeah,
to stay
I'm trying
relevant.
for
But
sure.
everyone else is just kind of like twiddling their thumbs.
But Kanye was right before COVID, right?
Yeah. It was I think it was the fall.
None of them did anything in response to COVID.
Nothing. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah. So I think that's the exciting thing is that we all fought to stay relevant in a time where the consumer was distracted with just probably staying alive.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, it's exciting to see what's possible. And I think for us, it's also like learning all the things you guys are so good at. Like when you mention to a woman Revolve, they just have like a feeling and a comfort and a confidence level of shopping that is just like unheard of in the industry, right? Like if you take any of the fast fashion people, it's a very different price point. So maybe they don't have that emotion. But like when you mention to a woman Revolve, like my wife goes, oh, Revolve, best shipping, best customer service. So, you know, we're excited to even just experience that for our customer.
It's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
And the architecture of your brands, it fits perfectly with, I think, you know, our dude's lifestyle. You know? Going out, working out, you know, of course, you know, awesome shoes.
Yeah.
It's a full portfolio, perfect fit.
Yeah. No, it's so exciting. And like guys listening, I mean, Michael, I don't know if you'll admit this, but I think Michael's a billionaire and he's wearing GRC asphalt pants.
So if you want to be a billionaire,
So if you want any shot of being a billionaire,
I think it's public record.
oh, yeah.
Go through the S1s, 10Ks.
that's one.
I mean, a pins for a billionaire.
Yeah.
And by the way, he bought it. I didn't even.
Oh wow. So even he paid for it.
No code, man. Live and die by that.
That's great.
That's amazing. So I have another really serious question.
Oh no.
What percentage of our portfolio is Doge?
Oh,
Do you have any exposure to Doge?
like in like the thousandth of a percent.
You actually
Little
own it?
exposure, yeah.
Really?
Just trying to be involved, just to
Okay.
Cultural.
get some skin in the game, to pay a little more attention to things. You know,
I hear you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
And what
So not only
platform?
does a billionaire-
ban on a lot of stuff.
What platform did you buy Doge on?
Robinhood, because it was easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Where else
and-
do you even buy it?
There's tons. There's other
Well, yeah,
Gemini.
No, Webull,
A Gemini.
Gemini.
Let's ask our expert.
Yes, multitude of platforms. Pretty much anything but Coinbase right now
Got it.
for a reason.
for a reason. But
Do you have Doge?
No.
Zero.
no,
You have Doge?
No.
they're not smart enough to handle that.
To be fair,
Michael and I-
I'm
checked-
surprised you guys wouldn't just play for like.
So
for fun.
normally I would. But I'm so obsessed with checking the price of it. I'm not
No,
even
you can't
joking.
do
I
that.
check it like
You probably check it more
150
than
times
me.
a day.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you just? It's like watching sports. Like you have a little money and it's more fun.
I agree.
That's exactly how I view it. You know what I mean? Like you're watching the game, it's cool. You put $20 in the game, it's a little better. You know? So exactly.
All right,
Spice
maybe
it
I'll buy
up.
the dip since.
we still in
Well,
the
it's
dip, or
too
we-
late. It's already going to the
I
moon.
put a
You're
tweet
late.
it's back up.
about Doge, and I don't know if you saw it, Pete. Did you
What?
see my tweet?
Yes, I shared it on the Instagram.
So the point
story.
of my tweet was that I actually think Doge is a movement that is happening without Elon, and Elon is really smart at being socially relevant that he attached his name to it.
He hijacked it.
Yeah,
He
I agree.
hijacked
Completely
it.
agree.
And I think
he literally gave himself.
yes,
Totally
Cuban
agree.
too. And I think Doge is Doge is an extension of GameStop.
Yeah.
So everyone got screwed on GameStop because they stopped the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
They stopped the game and let the hedge funds cover their shorts.
Yeah.
And they basically moved to a different game where they can't get stopped, which is Dogecoin,
Yeah.
which is crypto,
Yeah.
where there's no regulators, no one could stop them. Unfortunately, Vlad tried to stop them on Saturday.
Vlad sure did.
Vlad is. I figured it out. He's a Russian spy. He's a criminal.
How does this work every fucking time it
fair.
happens? Every
Fair.
time.
Look,
But the point is, in theory, you shouldn't be stopped in the crypto world. Like, they're never going to stop trading because a bunch of hedge funds need to cover their shorts.
Yeah.
And I think that same community basically realized, let's go to an unregulated world and team together. And Elon's just so good at being socially relevant,
Very good.
and he just hijacked the whole thing.
I also think the more that you talk about how it's not legit, and the more you know,
Downplay
Vlad
it.
tries to stop it, the more that feeds into exactly why people like it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And also, if Doge since its creation in 2013 led up to just Elon being on SNL and then it plummeting to zero, that means it meant
Doge
nothing.
was not created in 2013. Is that how old it is?
I believe so. Correct.
It's 8
Pete's
years
the
old?
expert.
Yes.
That's the expert.
Right.
If I heard it correctly.
that's before
Also, I heard shit
Ethereum.
on the internet, so you never trust the internet. But it's been
Isn't
around
that
for
when
long
Ethereum
enough
came
now.
out?
Yeah.
It's one of the older coins.
Okay.
More legit, huh?
But when you're talking about that, it doesn't just lead up to Elon being on SNL and then just goes to zero.
No, I think
Or goes to the
Anand's
moon.
right. I think
Like,
Elon's
again,
riding the wave. I don't think
right.
he is the wave.
It's off the back of what Anand's saying, I think.
Yeah.
So I
It's far
think
more valuable.
So what happened with this guy on SNL?
I mean, did you guys watch?
I just watched the monologue where he
Yeah.
said he had
Oh, really?
Asperger's. Yeah.
So I watched.
Yeah,
So he
Ethereum's 2015.
Yeah, there's no way Doge is.
Let's see.
What if?
I mean, if Doge started before Ethereum, I give up. Doge is just
It might have, bro. Check it.
2013. Ether supply, however, isn't capped. Blah, blah, blah.
That's
New
before,
coin
yeah,
was created in
2013.
2013.
That's before Vitalik, my man. Vitalik.
Wow,
Man,
Shibu.
I was fighting for Vitalik, but apparently the
So if
smartest
you
guy-
think about it, you know how long standing, I mean, you understand, that's a lot of time. These guys aren't just going to give up and sell when it doesn't even hit $1 yet.
Well,
the big
no, I
whales
mean,
are not going to go out. Everybody's going to make their little bit of money, but it's going to be a long standing coin.
Yeah, so,
Jim Cramer over here.
I'm just trying to get people on the boat.
I mean, no, it's no different than what the nonsense people on CNBC are saying.
Yeah.
Pete just said-
100%. Pete's probably more educated on this topic.
I mean, the way
yeah, I'm
Jim
an
Cramer
expert.
talks is so obnoxious and stupid.
Yeah.
That there's this obviously, whatever nonsense.
I mean, this is
guy's
going to
saying-
overpower the American dollar.
Sure.
See, I'm good at this. I'm taking notes from him. Just outrageous.
But I think the interesting thing is, so he hosted Saturday Night Live, and that was like the kind of everyone thought this was it. This was the pinnacle moment of Doge. And so I watched the East Coast feed at 8:30, and he did his monologue. I think Miley Cyrus did like a Mother's Day tribute first. Then he did his monologue. He had a couple good jokes.
Anything memorable?
Yeah, he talked about how OJ hosted twice and that he killed both times.
Saw that.
That was good.
He got a good reaction.
Yeah, I think the monologue was good enough.
Yeah.
He said he was the first host to have Asperger's, and then we later found out Dan Aykroyd was actually the first host with
But people were
Asperger's.
treating that like that was like that was breaking news. Is that true?
I think, I don't know if people knew. Maybe it wasn't public.
Yeah. People were saying like Elon admits to like that was a story.
Yeah. And I think the other piece that was interesting is like, I'm reinventing electric cars. I'm sending someone to Mars. I'm doing all this. What kind of person do you expect me to be?
Yeah.
So I thought that was good.
Yep.
And then they went into the skits. The skit that I watched that was actually kind of funny is Gen Z Hospital.
Yeah.
And it was just like how Gen Z kids talk.
Yeah.
And he was the Gen Z doctor.
Yeah.
And he kind of spoke like the kids.
Got it.
The real problem with Saturday Night Live is you can't curse. I
Yeah,
think
you're
that's
right.
such a problem
Yeah.
because
It's just so outdated in so many ways.
yeah, like the show itself, I watched for 40 minutes and it's just not funny.
No.
It's just not funny.
It's not funny at all. If you watch a regular Saturday Night Live, it is pretty
Scary
terrible.
bad. Yeah. And I know it's like the breeding ground for like all these incredible movie stars.
I think it was.
No, there's still people coming out with
Pete Davidson's probably.
Yeah.
but Pete-
Kirsten Wiig.
But I would argue that Pete Davidson made it because of like his social media presence. He just happens to be on SNL. That would be my argument.
I think he made it.
Yeah, I
'cause
didn't
of his
realize he was on
girlfriends.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was on SNL till after them. And I was like, oh, this guy's on SNL.
Yeah, I don't think SNL breaks people like it used to.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, it did break Doge. Doge went to the freaking toilet. I'm sitting there watching. They should have had the freaking ticket
Yeah,
price
right
on
next to it.
Right next to it. And I'm sitting there watching and I'm like, oh my God, it's down 8 cents, down 9 cents. It was down 24. I think it hit like 44 cents
Yeah, and it's low.
during the episode. And I thought to myself two things. One, if I was the biggest holder of Doge, I would purposely tank it when Elon's doing just to take the power out of his hand.
Isn't there one guy that owns like 20 billion?
Yeah.
Well, it could be, nobody knows who exactly it is, but it also could be Robinhood because obviously you don't own the coin on Robinhood and Robinhood has
Vlad.
to purchase them. So,
Scumbag.
Freaking
so it could be, they have to own such a large position.
I mean,
in
they
it.
have to be the biggest hodler of it.
Right. So, I mean, they're hodling and they have to hodl because everybody's bought it, but.
And then I go on Twitter.
You think this is a joke, and it's not.
He's like a fucking like Wall Street expert.
Dude, my financial future is riding on this.
Can you imagine Pete from Wisconsin that came here to take photos is now lecturing us on S1s,
For real.
how
Yes.
crypto economy works?
And alcohol content of spritzers.
And so I then, follow Twitter and I see people are struggling to sell or buy Doge.
Oh, so wait, last night?
Last night.
Oh, he messed with it again?
Yes. And so I was literally telling Anand and our friend Michael Katz in the afternoon, I'm like, I hope Robinhood's engineering team, all hands on deck. This is going to be the highest volume day in Robinhood history.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to be sitting on the Robinhood ready to do a trade, a buy, sell, do whatever. And what happens? Like, it freaking crashes.
But it's not engineering, it's liquidity. That's what
That's the
they're
problem.
not going to admit.
Yeah.
Then I got to blame the engineers.
It's not an engineering problem. It's all liquidity.
Yes, it was happening too quickly, and they probably were looking at their liquidity, and so it was moving too quickly. They had to stop
But
it.
how did you not solve that problem forever after
You have to raise a
GameStop?
lot more money. They only raised like a couple $1 billion. Doge is having what, 30, $40 billion daily liquidity or daily volume?
I think 40.
40?
So it's just unmanageable. Because how are you going to get? It's just
Yeah,
unmanageable.
you need to raise like $100 billion.
Honestly, if for example, what company do you think is most scared of Robinhood? Of like the Charles Schwab? They're the biggest,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
E-Trade.
Charles
all those.
Schwab should go out and fucking launch Doge.
Or just go raise $100 billion and never shut down
Charles
there.
Schwab has the money, right? Like,
Yeah.
they can just launch Doge, and everyone will feel more comfortable trading on.
The problem is it's the case of it's the product is too good.
It's
Do you know
too
what
easy.
doesn't sit well with me is because the meme stocks basically birthed Doge.
Yep.
If you think about why the meme stocks didn't work, it's because of Robinhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was working.
Yeah.
Like their whole strategy worked.
100%.
And then they added Doge to basically get Gen Z back on and use them for customer acquisition
Yeah.
in order to get order flow to convince them to start buying stocks.
Did
Because
they introduce Doge around that time?
right after.
Oh.
And they put Doge on. They don't get to sell the order flow for Doge. No one's buying that.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get Pete to start trading Datadog and Snowflake.
This thing's a house of cards.
Oh yeah, it's a disaster.
Like, what are you doing? You're telling me the like this significant portion of your flow is.
Do you think regulators understand that Dogecoin is customer acquisition to get order flow for Pete to buy other stocks?
No.
I don't think.
But too bad for them. I'm not that stupid. I bought Ethereum Classic and it's only that and Doge. So 100% of my profile, crypto.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're
Your
out of everything
profile,
else?
not even your portfolio. Your
No,
profile.
everything is crypto.
That means your bio, like you just put 100% crypto.
100% crypto.
Got
I'm on
it.
Coinbase and Robinhood. Only crypto, man.
So you're.
Well, you know,
wow,
interesting
you
enough.
literally cycled in and out. You're literally in and out of all public equities.
Well, it makes sense. If we were just talking about this
Why
the
would
other
I?
day.
Isn't there no fun? And they
Yeah,
sit there
so
and fucking
I-
take forever to make me money.
I
This
agree.
shit, I made so much money in like a fucking week.
Yeah,
is the
I agree.
future.
Who wants to make 10% a
Yeah.
year when you can make 40,000%?
You're the one saying you put all your money young in high risk scenarios and situations. This is my high risk. Like
Yeah.
fucking.
I think this is the future of investing.
Yes, why
It's
not?
literally
This is
like-
sports
I also-
betting on crack.
I also think.
I can turn $1,000 into like 15,000 in a matter of like 2 months. Like, that's insane. I
and
can't do that.
You
in
know,
sports.
you know where
Yeah,
you see
yeah,
it, the
yeah.
pain the most is all of the Pete's of the world were trading these high flying growth stocks like your Snowflakes and your Teslas and probably Coinbase and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Crypto the action was so big.
Yeah.
Those young people, you see all those stocks are off.
Yeah.
Right? You like Snowflake's down like 50% off its high. Peloton 50% off its
Coupon
high.
hasn't done a damn thing. I believe long term, but like short term, it hasn't done a goddamn thing other than
You want to step outside?
yeah. I'd love to.
Oh my God.
But devil's advocate, though, you think Doge wouldn't be Doge if Robinhood didn't trade it.
Yeah.
Robin,
Pretty much.
it wouldn't be as.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
no,
true.
can't purely hate on Vlad.
I
Sticking
hate
up for the
Vlad.
entrepreneur, man.
sounds like he went to a CEO dinner with Vlad.
Sounds like he's on the cap table.
He's not a bad guy.
Well, when Robin goes public, we see the post.
Yeah, you know what else I wonder is like what percentage. I really am curious about what impact all of this stuff that Pete's doing and all the Pete's across the world.
They have to open the books.
But no, what I'm saying is like what percentage is that taking away from like clothing sales, or what percentage of stimulus went there? Like I feel like there's all this new money being spent in that world that was never spent before. You don't think it's enough to be impactful?
No, I mean, maybe here's the thing. I think that money would have gone to gambling.
You think?
Actual gambling.
You think so? That's, I guess, my question. Where's the money taking away from to go to all this Robin Hood shit?
Well, we
Gambling?
did pump a shitload of stimulus into this country. So, like take Pete's gotten what, $3,000 of stimulus?
Yeah, around that.
And that all went to Doge.
Is that all Doge?
No.
Close?
Some of it I went and purchased some like video stuff, and then like a drone, some other random
So
shit, and then I put like 1,500 into Doge.
That's half your stimulus.
Right, so it's like
think
half,
about it.
right.
You're talking
I'm sitting in a
hundreds of
better
millions of
Think
situation.
about all the people who we just funded their little Robin Hood portfolios.
Yes.
Because like Pete obviously didn't need. Sorry, Pete. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, 100% I
Didn't
did.
need that 1,500 to live.
But
Obviously not. He
I took advantage of it. Yeah,
I mean,
and
here's a good proxy. Penn National Gaming.
Yes.
Pete's hero, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
It's down 33% since the start of Doge.
Yeah.
Like why? And I was in that for a second, and I was like, this shit is just
Boring.
it's not fun. It's boring.
Boring. They just need. Why doesn't? I mean, Portnoy just needs a fucking coin.
Well,
I don't think, I mean, he should definitely have a coin. I think the bigger issue is, I think the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ and all these stock exchanges need to update the way they operate with this. You may have to be open 24 hours.
Yeah, you probably do.
I think you have to, and you have to
Yeah.
make it way easier for foreign investment to come into these stocks. Because I'm sure if it's so easy for someone in India to buy crypto or someone in China to buy crypto. It is very difficult for someone in India to buy American equities. So the amount of money that's coming in from individuals now is so substantial that I think that's where they need to update. Because if it was so easy for someone in Africa to buy, they love Revolve and they want to buy 2 shares of Revolve, they would do it. They would 100% do it. And I think
Do you think it's the entertainment factor that's a problem? Like a normal public company stock isn't gonna go 300% in 2 months like Doge might.
Right.
I mean, last year some of them did. They did. We saw it. We saw so many stocks. GameStop is still probably the best forming equity of 2021.
But that was like a
Literally.
fluke circus act. I just wonder, I wonder if the problem is it's boring. When you have the option to do this, why would you ever, if you're Pete, why would you put your money in Amazon?
Yeah.
If you see people that are 10xing on fucking a dog coin, right? I mean, why would you ever?
Yeah, I agree.
It's just interesting. But I do agree. It should be 24 hours at all time. That's part of what makes it so great.
Yeah, I think that
fractional trading was huge. And it
Huge.
should be 24 hours.
Yeah, I think you have to move to 24 hours. And it just, that's the only way to keep
I'd
up
become
with
the
crypto.
first ever night trader.
Instead of day trade.
Instead of the day trader, I'd be the new night trader.
From midnight to 6 a.m.
I just don't sleep.
Yeah. All right. Well, good stuff.
I mean, I had a conversation the last 2 weeks with 2 young, I think they're pretty young, and they're both crypto traders, and they're both very wealthy, and they're living a fantasy life now.
In trading crypto. And what's their background?
They were kind of like,
Worked at Starbucks?
no,
They were art majors.
they were both engineers.
Got it.
But I will say the cool thing about what's going on in crypto right now that never actually happened with stocks is that everyone's actually participating. So
Yeah.
whether it's Pete, you can go to any restaurant, talk to a busboy. I guarantee you they know what Doge is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what level of education, how much money people are making globally. Everyone knows what's going on, and they're trying to figure out how to participate, which was never possible with public equities.
Yeah, I was at the gym yesterday, at the boxing gym, a bunch of boxers all talking about Doge. Hey, are you in Doge? Are you? Yeah, I think I'm going to try. Yeah.
So, we haven't done it yet, but like weekend recap. But speaking of the weekend, Anand will give his recap because
Big recap.
He
I didn't know if I put you on blast or not.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I told you guys.
Celebrating birthdays.
I just didn't know if you wanted to share.
I told you guys I was going to a wedding.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding for my friends Matt and Desiree Fine. They're now married, and it was in Laguna Beach, and it was interesting because there's all those people I've not seen in so long.
Yeah.
And everyone's shaking hands, saying hi.
Remember 3 months ago when you said you're never shaking hands again?
Yeah, I'm full on.
Okay.
The biggest shaker.
Cheek kisses, the whole
You didn't
thing.
wash your hands in the bathroom? Let me shake your hands.
Okay.
But we continue to, the night goes on. There's dancing. There's just everyone's just having fun.
Yeah.
And it just felt like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like maybe I wasn't ready for everything to come back, but it's back.
Oh, you even felt a little like, whoa.
Yeah, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't ask like, what's the protocol? What's
I
going on?
don't think anyone knows. I think you just get there and it starts to escalate.
Yeah,
and
a
everyone's
couple
like,
drinks.
"Fuck it."
Yeah, a couple drinks hit,
Yeah.
and like everyone I spoke to was like, "Yeah, I've been vaccinated for 6 weeks or 2 months, or I got my last shot last week or whatever."
Yeah.
And I think and it's a wedding, so there's old people there,
Yeah.
and
How'd they
were
scared?
dancing,
Dancing.
dancing.
Old
Cutting
people,
that rug.
old people never gave a fuck, and they still don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe
over,
even
man.
less of a fuck.
Yeah,
It's over. You really see it when you're around people. Like everyone spent the last year scared of everyone. And the moment it starts, like they're like, oh, we're doing this? Okay.
Yeah.
And then like it's so great.
yeah,
Everyone wants to hug everyone.
Everyone's real huggy.
yeah. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I hugged so many people.
You did.
Yeah.
Skip the handshake.
Any top hugs you want to, talk about?
Oh
But
my
no, but
gosh.
it was a wedding. Like the wedding was the one that was a big thing that everyone's wedding got canceled. Everyone's wedding got postponed.
Yeah.
And just to see that they're back. And I think it's going to be a big summer of weddings.
Well, imagine that. Imagine like you guys had incredible weddings.
Yeah.
Imagine if you planned to get married last June and you had to wait this whole time. Your wedding would have been absurd.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If your wedding was this month and you just waited 8 months to get there, it would have been fucking wild.
Blacked out.
Yeah.
2
Hey,
weeks
wedding
before.
dress sales are way up for us.
Yeah?
Super clear.
Yeah. Wow.
I was going to ask that. You guys sell wedding dresses?
We sell like kind of like fancy white stuff that you can kind of go in that zone.
Bridesmaid dresses,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
bridesmaids dresses.
yeah.
It's popping. That part of the business is really on fire. Everyone's back.
I would imagine, man, because think about that. Like, that's such a big life moment. And if you planned it, some people were just like, all right, fuck it. We'll go do like a private thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're like, no, I want the event, I'll wait. And like now the time comes around, you can do it. You're going to have a blast.
Yeah, and so it was good, and the tables were set apart, and I didn't feel uncomfortable at any point. Anand went on to like a full on like
Anand just rolled highlight room Drake night.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck it, I'm doing this all week.
yeah.
So
Where'd you go?
I had a great weekend.
Where'd you go?
So Friday, had a birthday dinner at Olivetta,
Okay.
which is a restaurant at the Lapeer Hotel.
Okay. I'm guessing socially distanced and outdoor and mask.
50 feet apart.
Yeah.
By 11 p.m., wall to wall, slammed, everyone's dancing.
Outdoor, outdoor, hybrid.
No, it's just outdoor.
Got
It's
it.
just outdoor, like kind of patio-ish.
Yeah.
So you can see the city. Great view of where we're looking at right now from the
Yeah.
hotel.
Yeah.
So had birthday dinner. It was just, it's funny. I ran into Deepak from Modern Prescription.
Wow.
Shocker.
Drinking very expensive wine.
Shocker.
Just like
That's all Deepak does. If I've understood anything about this man, he just drinks expensive wine all day.
ran
every
Ollie
Good for
Fakari.
Oh wow.
It was just like old times. You just go out, you run into your friends,
So
Yeah.
nice.
and you see people, and then had to go to the opening of Bootsy for John Turgeon's birthday.
Yeah. So was that opening night and Church's birthday?
Yeah, and he was giving us
Wow.
so much shit that we went to Highlight Room
Yeah.
because they're a competitor, and he was just holding it over our head for like 48 hours. How we're terrible friends, we're traitors,
Yeah.
and
That is kind of fucked up.
and so at 12:30, 12:15, I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So I show up and I walk in, and since it's a public venue, I'm not sharing any secrets. Kylie Jenner is serenading him "Happy Birthday."
John? Singing?
Yes.
Oh, so you're back. Yeah. So you went from like Drake and Gunna and whatever to Kylie and whoever the hell else was in there.
Yeah, and Bootsy, according to the CDC guidelines and what French Laundry and Newsom, they were abiding by all those rules. But it was a really fun night.
Was Gavin Newsom there?
Gavin. I wouldn't be surprised.
He probably had a wig on in the back corner. This shit is
my
popping.
gosh. Okay,
What was the hot song?
Good question.
I know you don't know any music.
That's probably the problem.
That's what I'm dying to know.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know without the temperature
Devin
of like
was
nightlife.
DJing. It all seemed great. I didn't recognize.
You didn't hear when everyone went crazy?
that element still didn't exist.
Yeah.
When the new song comes, that's still, because it's still tables, right?
So there's no like people just,
Yes.
yeah.
Plus, I feel like everyone's a little confused.
Like, is this the hot song? Is this the one?
Should we go crazy here? Or?
Yeah, everyone's a little
Or the
insecure.
Travis Scott verse.
Everyone's a little insecure where to get too excited.
Yeah. You need that like Mo Bamba. Like, what's that going to be? I feel like literally it's because of gatherings that those songs become so popular.
Because everyone starts dancing. The video goes viral. Everyone dancing.
You're alone doing home workouts. You don't know. Like, does anyone else like this shit? I don't know.
I'm listening to kids' songs, getting excited.
Yeah. You're like, fuck, all right.
Got to be a big like filtration time right now of like vetting all the songs from the last year that we've been inside to be like which one's really the hot.
That's
When's
actually
that
a
Drake
great
album?
point, because now that I've been out to 3 venues that were pretty
Poppin'.
active, popping, I didn't really understand what the song was. I'm still not there
I
yet.
think everyone's confused a little bit.
Yes.
Do we know? Does anyone at any of your guys' parties tell you when the Drake album's coming out? Because I'm really relying on that for like to tell us.
I
don't know.
We haven't gotten any
There's
insight.
been some clues. There's been some
What's
certified
next?
lover boy semi trucks.
Oh, wow.
In town.
Wow.
Drake's obviously in town.
Yeah.
Drake's
Clearly.
everywhere.
You guys have seen him fucking 6
If
times.
anyone wants to know where Drake is, hit
So
up
Highlight
Club.
Room Wednesday, Bootsy Friday, Delilah Saturday. It's a real strict schedule.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's a real strict schedule.
What about Mother's Day? You guys heading out after this or what?
Yeah, we're gonna have our mom over at my house for some dinner. But Mother's Day is a very interesting holiday. I think the average dollar spent on a mother is like $200 something, which is a lot of money.
That's average?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Mom, I didn't spend that.
Me neither, but like
Gosh, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I'm assuming that includes the meal.
yeah, you usually get that brunch in.
Yeah. And so I think that's what it is. And I always used to joke on Mother's Day, you can't get a reservation anywhere in town. Father's Day, anything you want.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah.
The hottest place.
It's not as, emotional. Dads are more like, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
You know?
And so, big Mother's Day celebration in our house for at least the 4 of us, 5 of us. But interesting to see how people celebrated this year. I got a notice. I don't know if it was a city notice or some notice about like being careful about Mother's Day celebrations.
Bullshit.
Which I was like,
Was that city or country wide?
I gotta see. I got an email about it, and I
Right
was
on,
like,
we're gonna need you to tone it down.
yeah, on it. What's Sunday night?
Jazz night. Jazz night. Or
Jazz night,
whatever.
Delilah. Jazz
Mother's
night.
Day, Delilah Jazz night.
Yeah. He's gonna take Mom there.
Yeah.
He's a big jazz fan.
He's got the itch so bad. He's like, Mom, you want to stay up till 12 o'clock? You go to jazz night.
Mom loves Drake.
I know we were gonna do a calm night, but
I can't believe if people are still trying to warn. I mean, they just on TV had a Canelo Alvarez fight with like 70,000 people at Dallas Stadium.
I just saw Riley, our friend Riley, was at the fight and he posted videos. I could not. It was insane.
Insane.
Yeah.
And you're gonna post and say, hey, make sure.
What happened in that fight, by the way?
Canelo
Canelo won.
uppercut and like broke the guy's orbital bone.
I don't even
And the
know
guy
where
had
that
to-
is.
It's the
Yeah.
eye.
it's in your eye.
It was really like indented.
Yeah.
And the
Was
guy
he?
just had
He
to
was like
stop.
crying, right? Because he was in so
I
much pain.
think so. Yeah, he was fucked up. But he just had to stop. He just had to call it.
But Canelo was favorite,
Yes.
Yeah. Canelo's pretty unbeatable unless he goes up a weight class.
unless he goes to fight Logan.
Unless he fights.
Yeah, you don't want to mess
Yeah,
with
you don't
Logan
want
Paul.
that. Logan's gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Can you
I'm so
imagine if
excited for
Canelo
that.
fought one of those kids?
Oh, it'd be so bad. Because Canelo, like right now, Canelo would beat the shit out of Floyd Mayweather, for example.
Yes.
Like absolutely destroy him.
He just caught Floyd too young, right?
He was too young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Canelo was too young. But I don't know. Prime for prime, I don't know. People would argue that for days. I have no idea. But Canelo's really good.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. Now you're getting like Logan Paul put out a vlog about the whole situation, about the whole press conference. They're really hyping it up. Excited. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about Bill Gates?
I mean,
what's going on?
I've read some very interesting things about Bill Gates this weekend.
What'd you read, man?
A couple interesting facts. One, apparently I mentioned that he had an ex-girlfriend from like the 80s.
Why do people keep talking about her though?
Anne Windblad.
They think he might run back to the ex?
Apparently I don't know if this was prearranged or how it works. He gets 1 weekend a year with her.
Bullshit.
Yes.
Currently? I mean, like through his whole marriage?
Yes.
And she was okay with it, Melinda.
Yeah. I don't know if she was okay with it. I don't know if it was known, if whatever the arrangement was, but he got 1 weekend. Every year he spent a weekend with her in North Carolina. And like kind of like a shithole oceanfront house in North Carolina.
It's a big think week.
And so
man, I see you knew stuff like this was going to start coming out.
So apparently, so I hear that, which bizarre, but maybe that an understanding, people have understanding. So fine. I can get my I understand. Then apparently there was like a all hands family meeting this weekend with the kids. And Bill was not invited.
I heard she took him to an island.
Yes.
Without Bill.
That's how they do. Like most people go to the living room.
We're going to the other side of Mercer Island and you are not coming with us, Bill.
And I think the oldest or the youngest just turned 18.
That's why they were waiting. Apparently, there was some other reason why they were waiting. And it all started, now we're finding out that in 2019, Melinda was shocked to hear Bill hung out with Jeffrey Epstein.
She didn't know?
And that's what it sounds like. And then 2019 is when she wanted to get divorced.
Bill's a little
dude.
So is this
guy, huh?
how it gets unraveled? The whole Epstein, what really happened? That Bill is now clearly complicit in something that Melinda found out about, that she's just
she could just be disgusted that
I know,
but everyone was on that Epstein flight.
Doesn't look good for the, people are going to start snooping around. What was she so upset about?
Yes, that's the point.
He has a lot of money though. He can make problems go away.
But also
he couldn't.
Well, it could make this one go away, could he?
Also, is this just like her legal team coming out with some one-sided stories?
This is
not here to defend the man, but that does happen quite
for
often.
the sake of
from my
virus
understanding.
research or polio or all, I need these two to get along.
Yeah.
This can't be a messy divorce here, guys.
Why the hell would they name their foundation the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation?
Next thing
you're gonna have to rename that thing.
Change the name. They're gonna be the Bill Foundation and the Melinda Foundation. You choose.
You choose where you want to get your money from.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty interesting. Like this is going to be
I think it gets ugly.
Yeah.
This is very different than the Bezos situation where everyone kind of went away quietly.
I hope not.
Oh,
And I mean, the fact that it leaked, that it started in coincidence with in timing with the Epstein information coming out means that someone intentionally leaked that.
So what he's saying
that's
is
what I'm
Melinda might have done it because to get power in the divorce.
right.
Yeah, but what's the power? They're both rich as shit. And
doesn't
there's
matter,
no
but
custody of children.
Maybe it's about money. It could be about money. You don't know that.
It could be about
I
power
mean-
too. Like she wants the power. This is a great opportunity to overstep them.
They have more money than they know what to do with.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
it's
like
the
you're
battle
arguing
between the
over
two of
like
them.
a $5 million estate and you want to get all of it.
It could be a power move by the lawyers.
I
I
don't
think
think
this
much
is-
comes out here by accident.
Yes, that's the point.
Yeah.
If
Like
you
I-
if you want to do this quietly,
It's a chess move.
you can do this quietly.
Yeah.
The way the Bezos
Chess
did.
move by who?
Think about how
Unclear, but I think anytime a story like this comes out in this divorce, it's a move. We should look at it as a move that was made. I don't think accidents are going to happen here. You know what I mean?
think about Bezos had the Saudi government leak text messages from his WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And dick pics and whatnot. And they still were able to do a quiet divorce.
True. There's a whole book about that, by the way.
About what?
His dick pics?
Yeah.
A coffee table book. Pete's like,
It's
I'll
like
take
Kim,
one of those.
Kim did the selfie book. It's just Bezos. No, there's a whole book about like,
Page after page.
there's a book about like the National Enquirer like trying to extort him. Or there's a whole book about it. I don't know.
The book could be called Prime Time.
I'll check it out. I might make it to my book review. Now that I know I have
could
one
be the
listener.
next Mente.
Make a note here.
Now that I know I have one audience member.
think it's a little different. I think what I read earlier, I always loved Bill Gates, so I'm following this because dude, you don't want to see your
your hero.
heroes,
Yeah,
you know?
I look up to him too.
So both of them met Epstein in 13. And then she's like, I don't know about this guy kind of thing. Like, maybe not to hang out. He's like, oh, he's a good dude. I'm going to go think week on his island for a bit. So she was upset because he kept hanging with him. She, red flag kind of tried to exit way back in 13.
Wow.
But
13's pretty recent.
That's not good though. I mean, look, if you want to be the one who sniffed it out, not the one who against your, wife's wishes kept going over to Think Week Island.
Well, not only Think Week, but back to the ex-girlfriend.
I just can't picture Bill as like a scumbag. I can't. I don't know why.
Same.
Well-
I can't. I know he's done some crazy shit in the past on a business level. I can't picture him.
Those are the ones you
Flirting
think won't. Dude.
I think when we think about, put aside, Jeff Bezos didn't do the same. We don't know what Bill Gates has done, but we couldn't believe Jeff Bezos was doing what he was doing.
We don't
which
know
was
any of these people is the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you see Jeff Bezos all ripped and shit, you start to be able to believe it.
I mean,
And he was showing up at Delilah.
Yeah, I mean, Bill
the
just
text,
seems,
the text, like the Jeff Bezos text didn't let you down. That a guy like
they
him.
let me down.
Yeah, did a dude like that can't sex? Like, what are you doing? Like, bro, that was painful
Yeah,
to
they let me
read.
down. What do you call her, lover girl or something?
Yeah.
My love girl.
Come on.
He's just like, come over here and fuck.
If he would have said that, I'd been like, I'm all in for this dude. This fucking
World domination.
that one let me down. It did hurt. Yes.
Speaking of Jeff
Me,
Bezos-
man, you woman. Come, fuck.
Go. This is good. Male masculinity's taking over this
Oh
podcast.
my god. What about we have a whole article about Jeff's super yacht?
Yeah, I mean,
What happened? It's just so big that like it's
it's a half a billy.
the envy of the billionaires.
Oh, he beat MBS. Huh?
Yeah, he went.
'Cause I think MBS had a $450 million yacht.
Yeah, he's
So
going
this-
all in. Many decks, many levels. He has a support yacht with the helipad.
Gotta have a
only-
support yacht.
yeah,
Support
of
yacht.
course.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's
That's
just
it.
ridiculous.
That's
It's just
it.
I just saw it and I was
Who
like,
did he buy it from? I'm trying
he's
to see.
getting it built.
Oh, wow.
in,
That's
in,
baller.
in the Netherlands. It's getting built. They're saying it's the biggest boat ever.
Tim's seething.
This boat can pay for homelessness in America.
I love how
He has a
yachts
lot of fun on that boat.
Yeah.
He will.
Oh, he will.
He definitely will.
I was scared to see Tim today.
What do you say?
He said I was scared to see Tim today. Tim, meet billionaire. Billionaire, meet Tim.
No wonder Tim's just so quiet. He's boiling over here.
That's amazing. I love too how like yachts are like the go-to. Like when you become a billionaire, you have to go yacht.
I
Michael?
think he was just embarrassed.
Michael, we started looking at yachts.
Quick charters and take the jet skis and look at the big boys. Like, wow, this is Jeff's yacht. Just like, cruising around like that.
Is that how it works? Like you go charter one, and then like there's Jeff's yacht, there's like Geffen's yacht.
It's pretty crazy. There's like an app, and you can tell like pretty much everyone's yacht who's like everyone's yacht and where they are and watch it move.
Facebook for yachts.
Yeah, it's like real time.
It's like find my yacht. Like find my iPhone.
That's so rich.
Oh my god.
I think Bezos was sick of like waiting for that Geffen invite. Like, fuck it, I need my own.
He's like, watch this. I'll look down on you from my $500 million super yacht. I'll send my support yacht over to say hi.
Sales of super yachts in Q1 of 2021 over 200.
Yeah, the yacht crowd had a great year.
What app
You
is
know?
this?
Oh, it's like I'm in the market.
Yeah, Anand's fucking.
Oh my god.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
All right. Well, that was I guess that will qualify as our bag check.
Yeah.
For the week,
I mean, this is a big bag.
for the day. Okay, China.
Yes.
China.
I guess I should approach cautiously here because it's a bit of a touchy subject.
Yeah.
But China kind of made a little mistake here. They, like I warned everyone last week, and no one really seemed that, interested.
I didn't even know about it.
We were all in dire danger.
Yeah.
So they shot this rocket up into orbit. The actual, I'm not going to use the words right, but the actual part that was supposed to go, the capsule maybe, made it. Everything was good. The only problem was the booster, which normally falls back down, also accidentally went into orbit. It was apparently sort of orbiting around for like a week. And there was all these warnings, like it's going to land. We don't know where. It's just going to come back in, fall to Earth. It happened. It fell to Earth.
Yeah.
But luckily, I think statistically, it is vastly more likely for it to fall A, into the ocean, or B, somewhere where no people are. And that's what happened. It fell by the Maldives.
Yeah.
So what happens now? Like, is China in trouble? I mean, we haven't had much luck with
The video's nuts.
I mean, if they don't get in trouble for TikTok, they're not getting in trouble for this.
TikTok. I mean, the COVID explorations of, the investigation, we'll say. I don't think we really have the ability to punish China much.
So the best part about it was, honestly, on Twitter, go search #Chinese rocket. It is
memes and stuff?
Memes, the funniest memes. Like there's one of when you realize the Chinese rocket didn't hit you and you have to go to work tomorrow. And then there's a picture of Ben Affleck, when he's tired and he's smoking.
Yeah.
And it's him saying, honestly, if this Chinese rocket doesn't land on me, I'm going to be disappointed.
Man.
In 2020, China almost destroyed the world. China in 2021, #Chinese rocket.
Oh, man. That's good. I didn't even think to look and see what the internet had done with this topic.
And they loved it. The internet loved it.
So what happens? Are they in trouble?
No.
You can't punish China, right? It's not possible.
They're untouchable.
Yes.
Got it. Which I just want to double down on Anand's recommendation from a couple weeks ago. Josh Rogan on Joe Rogan. I know that's confusing.
Yeah.
And I know you got to navigate through Spotify. I know that's confusing. Incredible episode about China.
And?
It's just really good.
It's compelling.
Look, he's bringing up, no one knows exactly where COVID came from, but there's obviously the theory of the lab leak and all these different things. And this guy just explores and talks about why it's fishy.
But it's not like conspiracy.
No, it's not conspiracy at all. It's basically he presents all the potential paths of how the virus could have broken out.
Yeah.
And this clearly seems like the most obvious one, right?
And he talks about Nike and H&M, making statements saying they would look into how all their products are made and stuff like that. And then China boycotting them because of it and really hurting their business. He just talks a lot about how tricky the China relationship is.
And the gain of function research was the most crazy thing.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone check it out. But the point is, nothing's going to happen here, right? We're going to get did NASA make a statement? Hey guys, don't do that.
Yeah. No.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, Elon's basically NASA. He was too busy with Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I wonder internally, did they know, look, this thing's going to burn up. It's going to land in the ocean. Who cares? Was there any chance it landed on Atlanta?
I mean, I don't know can you control the rocket entering back the atmosphere when it's crashing?
I don't believe so.
I just feel like they must have tried. I don't know. There just wasn't a big hoopla. It was all more gossipy. Oh my God, this is happening. But there was no official statements or everyone needs to be on alert Friday at noon, be ready to run. You know what I mean?
know.
Okay.
Gnarly.
Well, there we go. Next up, Kentucky Derby. Everyone loves it. Great event.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow went out there. I got some more gossip. Jack Harlow went out there and freaking was right next to a shootout or something.
Really?
In Kentucky?
Yeah, he's
in
from
a club.
Kentucky too. He was in a club hosting and someone got shot. Right next to him. There's video of it.
Oh my God.
But Kentucky Derby, he was there for the Kentucky Derby. The winner of the Kentucky Derby was a beautiful, beautiful horse named Medina Spirit. Turns out Medina Spirit was juicing on the roids.
So I don't know much about horse racing, and I know the trainer Bob Baffert. He's the big famous trainer that trains all the big horses.
Yeah.
He's the trainer. This horse is juicing. Horse racing is about gambling.
Yeah.
So all these people either won or lost their bet, and if you already handed out the money,
Oh yeah, what happened?
No
It's
one's
all
gonna
gone. Yeah.
and then but what if you placed a big bet? You should be refunded.
Dude, that's tricky. I didn't even think about that part.
So the people who cashed out and got their profits,
Good for them.
good for them.
Yeah.
What about everyone that lost?
I think you got to sue them.
You got to sue the casinos.
You got to sue.
That means that all of horse racing is rigged.
For sure. I'm sure it is.
If the Kentucky Derby can be rigged with juicing,
I'm sure juicing, I'm sure it's like the freaking Armstrong days. And you got to believe that they're just trying to stay one step ahead of tests and they're juicing up those horses.
Yeah. Well, why not? I mean, obviously for the animal cruelty sake, I get it. But
Disclaimer.
disclaimer.
Now.
Why aren't they juicing them all?
Yeah, exactly. You said it, not me.
What if it was just legal? What if you could juice up that horse every which way?
but you have to imagine it's been
It's
going
so
on.
fast.
Whichever
If you think about-
horse. Look at this mutant horse I have. He's for sure going to win.
But if you think about how many billions of dollars is gambled on horse racing
Yeah.
Yeah.
globally,
Yeah, I wonder what happens here. There has to be a protocol, though. This can't be the first time.
I mean,
And it's the most high profile guy, Bob Baffert.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the Netflix.
You got a
doc.
horse, Michael?
No.
You do any horse race attendance or?
No. Just
fun.
don't know anything about it.
Mike, what do you do in your free time? He's so curious. Well, he's not buying a yacht and he's not racing horses. So I'm just curious, like, as a billionaire, what are you doing?
What else is there?
And you're reading, I guess?
Yeah, the future of horse juicing is going to be CRISPR.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you check that book out?
I was on, I got the book, didn't finish it though, but was in a, whatever conference call with Walter Isaacson and stuff. It's super cool.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
CRISPR is. You should be able to CRISPR up your horse and just see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. That was a joke. Don't cancel me.
Because I've been to the racetracks out here. It's a very seedy crowd.
Yeah.
It is.
It's fun.
It's
though.
very seedy.
Yeah. There was a time, I don't know, can't remember why, but Rob was super into it. I think he maybe bought a racehorse. or
Yeah.
something.
Wasn't
It
he
was
his horse in the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, we went to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Did you wear the
It's
suit
fun.
and did the whole thing?
I wore a suit, but none of the like.
The hats.
Yeah, I mean, hats are for the girls, but
Did you get the mid julep?
Hats are for the guy.
no, I didn't. But it's fun. It's fun. It's just like a very specific.
It's different
crowd.
than the Hollywood racetrack that I've been to.
Yeah, and it's the whole horse scene is
I've been
just
there once.
interesting.
Yeah.
What is the horse scene?
I don't know. It's just its own crowd. Like there's just a lot of older people. They look. Really
Tom Brady
rich.
goes every year.
Yeah, it's really like uptight feeling. I don't know. For me, I mean, I was also like mid-20s when I went, so I felt super.
Now you feel uptight because you're
maybe
golfing.
I've been
in
golfing a lot.
Pelican Hill.
I've been working on my uptightness.
Did any of you guys bet on it?
No.
No. Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We'll get there. We just got to get a little older. I think once we get older.
Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I think like 60, you start like betting on.
Nah, I think I'll just. That one's just gonna.
You'll just be betting on Jake Paul fights.
Have you
for the-
guys-
Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Have you guys heard about the crypto horses?
Yes, those are fun to watch.
Do they race?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these crypto horses, and they're apparently tough to get.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't know if it's like auction drawings. I had a friend be like, yo, we're trying to get this horse. Like, can you help us secure it? I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Digital horse racing is
Yeah.
big.
NFT horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we have it, guys.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there, all of our Kathy mother listeners.
Yes.
Go check out the Revolve Man All Things Menlo collection.
Yes.
Where do you go? RevolveMan.com?
No, you go to revolve.com and just click on the men's section and you'll see it.
Okay, there we go. Michael, thank you for coming, man. Congrats.
Nice to
Yeah.
see you guys, man.
Congrats
Thank
on
you.
the success.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait
Thank
to participate and also just watch the Revolve Summer.
Life's back for all of us, man.
Very excited.
And we'll escort you out so Tim doesn't attack you.
I'll hold Tim back. You can just go ahead.
Don't worry. All right, there it is. Do we have shout outs?
We sure do.
Let her rip.
We have one real quick. So an anonymous person actually submitted this question. And I think, the answer is pretty clear. I don't know where they've been all this time, but they want to know, is Bitcoin and other coins just the new fringe conspiracy weirdo gift that has caught stream, or is this shit real?
I mean, that feels like
Yeah,
I'm going to sound like an asshole, but that sounds like a 2016.
16.
2013 when,
Yeah.
this whole
Anand,
thing started.
Take it away.
Real, period, end.
Okay. So there you go.
Okay.
It's the only shout out I have.
Okay, Tim.
Well, we have a shout out from Satoshi.
Satoshi's band.
He's
You
been-
gotta listen to it.
This one's a good one.
It's good.
I'll listen to it, but I'm not going to air it.
Oh, you want to hear this one.
Go ahead.
It's from Satoshi. He says, "Hope you're doing well today. We knew this day would come eventually. Today, I'm announcing that I will officially be retiring from the shout out section.
Good.
What started off as a complete accident has morphed into one of the most fun experiences of my life. Anticipating what each episode would entail and putting a smile on people's faces has been a blast.
His goodbye speech.
I've been very busy recently and will be for the foreseeable future. This has taken away time that I would normally put towards crafting a spicy shout out. When I do something, I want to make sure I'm giving it 110%, and that just isn't possible at the moment. 50 shout outs seem like the perfect number to end on anyway.
He said his last 3 canceled, so it's really been like 54 at this point. But this will be 50 for airing.
Thank you to the guys for all the roasts and banter. You continued to host even through some difficult times. Thanks to Pete for the constant communication and to Tim for reading my shout outs with his smooth, buttery voice. Last but not least, a big sincere thank you to all the Kathys. The love is appreciated. I will still be posting occasionally on the @Satoshi from Group Chat IG account. Expect some memes and, of course, brief winners, losers, and content. Would love to make a trip down to the office at some point in the next couple of weeks for the official identity reveal. I'm sure the guys are excited to meet me. Dee hasn't been this excited since the time Michael Jordan called him. I will come bearing gifts since the three of you don't get enough free stuff already.
Wow. Is that a retirement?
Signing off one last time.
Mamba out. All right. See you later.
Good riddance, huh?
Okay. That's it, right?
Just intro.
That's all I got.
Okay. We'll see you later.
Peace.